You're listening to Off-Road Garage Podcast, and here are Jason and Jim.
And there we are.
And there we are.
And here we are. I can stop now.
It's like your first time using that thing.
Every time is my first time using it.
Pretty pumped.
Yeah?
Look at the BGJ triathlete, bearded woodsman,
Chainsaw champion,
lumber sexual.
Oh, got that right.
Phil, you there, buddy?
Oh, I'm here. I'm all of those. I'm
Phil from Max-Bilt. Great to have you on.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure, gentlemen.
I love the fact that we've got you on the show and we didn't meet you at like a trade show. I didn't order parts from you. I fed you fajitas and we drank whiskey in the woods together.
I do love the fajitas.
And
You had me at
we're basically family now.
Yeah, we're basically family.
I tell you, man, some of the best relationships are found in the woods.
Oh, yeah. Some of the best friendships and the best pets. People who might get kept sometimes.
It's one of the only good things that can come out of that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going off the rails already.
Immediately.
Immediately. I love it.
So
Yep.
I guess before we get into our meeting, right? How about what's Max-Bilt all about? Like, what are you guys into? You want to talk about that now, or you want to wait and see if we can phone in your guest in a little bit?
Well, we can. I mean, it's pretty simple. I can kind of. We like to build cool shit.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
We can expand on that, but
That should be on your
So-
stickers.
yeah. Well, we do have a sticker. It's called "Embrace the Suck." It looks like a big Band-Aid.
Okay.
We just put that on trail damage.
Nice.
But no, Max-Bilt's been around. We've been around since 2008. Kind of started as I was going to school for auto body, and my pops had called me up, and he's kind of like, "Oh, my kid probably needs a school project," you know. So he's like, he had an old 85 CJ7, and he's like, "You want to repaint it?" And I said, "Sure." So I brought it in, and you know, of course, it was like fresh out of high school, college time, so I was hungover most of class.
All right. Zero money, hungover. Yeah.
And it was like, these are horrible. Like every panel had to be cut out and welded in, and like the CJs, especially up north here, they rusted out completely. And my dad, of course, was like, "I got it for $1,500. Check it out." It's like, This is junk.
You're like, can you get your $1,000 back?
Right. Anyways, I did it because I was young and dumb, and I hated Jeeps after that until I drove it. And then I was like, oh, well, sell all my worldly possessions to like some hoodies and like a piece of truck and, you know, whatever beer money I had that day, and pulled it all together, and I got an equally horrible 82 CJ7 that needed even more work.
But it was yours.
You know, it was mine. And then worked on it in my dirt driveway of the college house that I was running a room at. And, you know, kind of actually, and we'll get Adam on if we can here in a little bit, because him and I bought our first Jeeps from the same guy at the same time when we were working together at Napa. And,
know how.
Yeah, we knew how to get into the shit. And,
That's a good tip for the kids. If you're going to get in the Jeep life, work at a parts store.
Right.
Oh, no, for sure. Like, my nights and weekends were like, all right, so I bought this Cherokee, and if I take 57 Bel Air rear coil springs, that's going to give me 2 inches of lift. If I put it in the front, and in the rear, I can take these Universal 67 Camaro shackle thingies, and I could, like, make this work. I got it. And then I can fit one size bigger than stock tires on it.
Yeah, all that.
Do it. It's like all this work for nothing.
Right.
Now I just look at it and it's like you just walk back into one of the trailers of parts galore and be like, well, all right, I need this, and this, and I can fit 37s on it. All right, great. Or like I need this, and it's the Sawzall.
That
Right.
Sawzall fixes a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy
But
when
so we
panels
got
are
going
flat.
way back early on, and I knew that I wanted to build Jeeps, but I also knew that if I was to do that, I'd probably have to make some parts at the same time, because I felt like being a no-name in a no-name town of four-wheel drive where it doesn't really exist, and just being like, hey, I build Jeeps, free candy.
Right.
Was not going to really work out for me. And so we just kind of, one thing led to another, and we developed some center consoles for the CJ as a spot to be able to, like, plug your phone in, put your CD player that gets stolen or rained on in your dash and ruined all the time, and let's put it in this console thing and see what happens. And that kind of evolved into there was a need for that, and the TJs wanted it, and then we kind of got our start. And now went from like a one-man band in like the garage of my house to we've got 11 people working with us. We've got 4 technicians that are doing crazy builds, anywhere from oil changes to crazy custom builds. And then we've got 2 guys running the counter. Adam's one of them. He also kind of oversees everything. And then we really only have one guy running manufacturing, but he's a rock star, and he's kind of works with a lot of the local guys that, like, we job a lot of stuff out. Like, we don't have a laser. That'd be cool, but we don't.
Right.
Yeah, they're a little bit pricey.
They're a lot of money.
Dollars, yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, you got to know how to, like, run it.
Right.
And I get
Computer
it.
smart, yeah.
Whew. So we try to limit that, like, that type of smartness, or that margin of error. But we're going to, like, our goal for 2021 is definitely to ramp up more of the manufacturing and kind of take back ownership of the brand in that way, and leave a little less to wholesalers and more to investing direct into our customers.
Nice.
Because I don't know, that's on the 2020 thought us for sure, is that, like, it's definitely out there. It's every man for themselves, and if we can be there for our end user in, like, every facet capable, I'd rather do that than try to rub somebody else's back to get them to try to push our product. I mean, don't get me wrong. Wholesalers have a place, and the dealers that work the product and are genuine, I love them to death. The smoke and mirror stuff, it's just like so tough. It's hard on the industry, not to be like super opinionated. Hope that wasn't too much.
No, I think you're good. I think you covered everything. You want to be like Tommy Boy, like built for the American working man by the American working man.
Hell yeah, man! Didn't I tell you? Like, I cut my teeth working in the parts industry. That was my training. Here,
right.
Sit down, watch Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
Get a good look at a T-bone steak.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather take my butcher's word for it too, Tommy.
I just think it's hilarious that he can figure out it's a 57 Chevy Bel Air front coil springs, and I can't get the right friggin' windshield washer fluid at my place. I walk in, I'm like, I need windshield wipers for 11 JK. They're like, oh, I think it's a 27.
Is that 4-wheel drive?
Yeah.
What engine's in that?
I'm like,
Did you see the meme where it was like, you walk into O'Reilly's or Amazon, it was like, when they...
Aww.
You there?
I think the Wisconsin Yeti got him.
Kick out of that.
You back?
There he is.
All right.
What?
You there? We lost you.
Yeah, I was just talking.
We thought you had too much cheese and had a stroke. You stopped talking after you see that meme, and I went,
like, oh no.
Well, I was like, yeah, nobody laughed. So I was like, well, I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it wasn't us.
So the meme was, it was a shattered windshield, and like the wiper blades like going across, and it says, when they sell you wiper blades for a 2-wheel drive, but it's a 4-wheel drive.
I seen that. It was like a XJ on fire, and it's like when you get 2-wheel drive light bulbs.
I love doing that when I go in. I'm like, I need disc brakes for a Ford 88. They're like, what year? I'm like, well, the Jeep's a 99, but the axle's probably a 97. I don't know. Oh, I need front brakes, front hubs for a Ford Ranger, but it's in a Jeep, and I don't know what year that Ranger's supposed to be.
Yeah, we did. We put a Cummins in a. What year was that? The 46 Diamond. Wasn't a Rio. It was a Diamond T though. So like this old medium duty truck, and then we took a Dana 60 rear end because we couldn't find gears. It was going to be like $3,000 to have gears,
Oh,
like specialty cut, because the guy was like, he wanted to use this as like a highway cruiser, but with the Cummins and like 613s or whatever was in it, it would rev out at like 32 miles an hour.
pull a house though.
Yeah, well, yeah, it would pull a house slowly. So we were like, well, yeah, but here was the thing: he wanted to use his factory wheels, which like that old spoke wheel like it is like a trailer spindle nut. Like it gets set onto a trailer spindle. The axle housing tapers into like a trailer spindle, and then the wheel slides over that, and then it's double nutted right in the center on, like the wheel bearings are part of the hub assembly in the wheel. And it was like, and he's like, but I got to keep my wheels. I'm like, all right, you're crazy, but what we can do,
But I love it.
we could cut these off, like the axle end. We'll just cut them off with a bandsaw, and then we'll take a 60, and then we'll cut those ends off, and then we'll slide these over, and then we'll weld it up, and then you're back to good. And now all of a sudden we have a Dana 60 that we could put 410s in, or 373s, I think is what we ended up with. And now it'll go 80. Also, that technology going 80 miles an hour is horrifying.
Yeah, it's not meant for that.
Well, but the customers, it's what he wanted.
Yeah.
It's always right until he's not.
We delivered. Right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty extreme. You start
Right.
cutting off ends of like they didn't. What bolt pattern was this?
Yeah, right?
Well, that was where I was going with it. Like when we would be calling the parts store for stuff on that, even the guys that like know that we do some weird stuff, that was definitely an extreme.
Yeah.
Oh, I need a belt for a Cummins motor. What? Okay, what's it in? Well,
I know.
46 Diamond T. Oh, what? I don't even know what that is. Fair enough. Google it, though. It looks cool.
Yeah. Oh, I've had to do that game plenty of times. So I'm like, just listen, they're Super Duty axles, dude. I don't know. Any year. 99 to now. Just
Right,
give me
pick
the
one.
brake pads.
Right. I could imagine going in and go, I need
Bob.
4 lug nuts, 1 inch diameter. I need 4 of them. Like, what?
Like, what are you building? What is this? Well, it's a Model T.
With the Dana 60 in it that I cut the ends off of and made work.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty. Yeah.
So you do custom full builds. If I brought a TJ to you and drop it off and said make it rad, you could do that.
Yeah, after we fix the frame from all the rot.
Yeah, well, we got that fixed. Me and Jay fixed that, so most of it's welded back together.
It's super good. You'd be
Oh,
impressed.
that's right. I heard about that.
Yeah.
I listened to those podcasts.
So then you do aftermarket parts if I wanted to put like tail lights in my JKU, or if I wanted to get a console for one of my rigs.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got kind of 3 facets of the business. We've got the manufacturing, where we build some storage products, the center consoles, TJ, CJ, Bronco, Blazer,
Oh, nice.
JKU. The CJ Bronco Blazer, it sounded like it was more products. Same one. It just sits there. And we also, I think we're the only ones in the country that make a gas tank skid plate for CJ7s for both the 15-gallon and the 20-gallon, which, again, I needed one, so why not make one? And then it was like, well, nobody has these. So you can buy the replacement like pie tin
Right.
or ours. So that's been a pretty popular product for us as well.
That's good.
Um,
Find a niche and
just-
fill it, right?
I'm
Exactly.
impressed that you found a part that they don't make for a CJ.
Right.
right, I know.
But I know
I
what
know.
you're talking about now that I think about it, because I had CJ for a while and I was looking for a skid plate. I'm like, and I think I came across yours. I was like, this is the only one?
Well, yeah, because I think Kilby had one for a while
Yeah.
back when they were popular, and then I'm sure like that fell off because they are not popular. But then we were just like, well, we'll just keep making them because somebody's going to need them. And there's nothing more frustrating than going to the all seeing World Wide Web and then not having what you need.
Right.
What you thought would be a common part. I mean, you're not building a 57 Diamond T here. It's a CJ.
Exactly. So we do that. We also our Trail tail lights. They're slim, bright, durable. From what we've seen, and with all the research and the engineering that went into it, they're definitely, we can claim them as the best in the biz with the best warranty. Really, it's just a simple bullshit warranty. If you break them, we just ask that you videotape whatever you were doing because it's probably pretty cool. We just want to see it, and we'll send you a new set.
We should probably turn Sean on those. I think he's on like his 5th brake light.
I was going to say, you usually go through a brake light a year, don't you?
Yeah, mine's cracked right now. Do you make any bulletproof license plate mounters? I rip those off all the time, too.
The mount?
Yeah, for
we
license plate.
We make license plate light and third brake lights, but we do have a relocation kit.
Might need that.
You might need that.
Mine's hanging off right now.
Yeah, Jim's gonna be hitting you up on the interweb and placing the order.
Mine's off right now on my daily, just dangling on my head. Looks awesome.
What's your daily?
11 JK and 37s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I went to visit a friend the other day, and he's like, "Yeah, you should go see our other friend. He lives right down the road." And I turned down the wrong road, and I was backing out and hit like the behemoth of a mailbox the neighbor built. It's 4 4x4s holding the mailbox up. I ripped off my fender, crushed my bumper, ripped off my license plate, cracked my taillight. Left the guy a note. I was like, "Hey, dude."
Well, how did you hit it?
It was in the blind spot when I was backing out. I was looking to my right, and it was to my left, and I cut too soon.
I get it.
So I left him a note like, "Hey, bro, hit your mailbox. My bad. If you need any money for lumber, I guess call me. Here's my number." He calls me. He's like, "Hey, you're the first guy to actually hit it and admit they hit it and be honest about it. So I'm going to go ahead and looking at the damage to all the plastic laying here. I think you got the worst end of the deal. Keep your money and fix your truck."
Honesty's the best policy.
I apparently left like hunks of license plate bracket on the ground right there. Because at that point, I'm like in shame. Like, can't even back up straight. Just want to go see my buddy. He's out of the hospital. I want to go visit him. Like, what the heck?
That's too funny. Also, good on you. I'm sure that made his day.
That's
not only did he get to, also reciprocate by saying, hey, fix your own stuff, but he probably got the satisfaction in knowing he got another one.
Yeah, right.
Wasn't the first guy.
I told the wife it wasn't going overboard when I put 4 4x4s on that thing.
He went and stamped another car on it like a fighter pilot. Got him. So yeah, I keep crushing those things. Somehow I missed that basket Sean built me, that like black metal 3x4 metal mesh.
Yeah.
I didn't hit that at all. I hit all the plastic.
That probably would have bent your frame of your Jeep. That thing is ridiculously overbuilt. I love it.
I've got a trailer hitch rack from a buddy of ours that he built when he was in the Air Force. You met Sean in the white JK up north.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to, met a lot of people, but yeah.
He was the one that actually slept in the JK and I thought died because he didn't come out of his JK that one morning.
Right. Yeah.
But he built this rack, and I've been just too lazy to take it out because it weighs like 110 pounds.
It takes 2 people.
Yeah. So I just leave it in there. I used to take my garbage cans into my road. And I didn't hit any of that giant metal. I hit all the plastic. So I mean,
it's like it's in the hitch or whatever.
Yeah.
I gotcha. That makes sense. I was trying to. Yeah.
It's a hitch rack that he built.
I'm tracking.
Apparently, when he moved back from North Dakota to Michigan, where he was in the military, he realized he can't fit his entire world in a CJ7. So he had to build that rack and put his stuff on the back to bring it home.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, might not have been the option I went for, but
right.
There's things like mail or
anybody want to buy a couch?
Yeah, right.
$50.
Right. Taking it with me.
Right. All right, so we got the history, right? We know they make some rad stuff for, it sounds like a wide variety, and it makes it sound more impressive when he says Blazer, CJ, and Bronco, and then you realize you said it was the same unit, though, correct?
Well, yeah.
But it still sounds good that you fit anybody.
That's right. Yep, absolutely.
So you want to call your cohort, and we'll talk about our trip as the foursome?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, let's see if I can wrangle him up.
He's be like, "What do you want? I'm taking a bath."
I know.
I was in the shower.
Hopefully he's done locking his kid in the closet. Here.
Looking for this whale and some ham steaks.
Let's not go down that road again. I don't even know where that went, and I don't want to go back down it.
All right. Do you?
Make sure you star 69 so there's no Jason's number.
Just randomly call me. That's fine.
Who's this from
Steve?
Wisconsin?
I'll know exactly who it is.
Yeah, all right.
Yes. So, yes. See?
What just happened?
I don't know. Wisconsin talk. How's she going, eh?
We're communicating. World, this is Adam. Adam, this is the world. Oh,
Welcome,
you
Adam.
put pants on.
They can't see you, so you're okay.
Oh, we're supposed to wear pants?
They can see you no more than the spy satellites can. I think you're okay.
Oh,
Welcome, Adam. So we were just getting the lowdown on the founding from the lowly days at auto parts store with the know-how to the first poor investments of a CJ7 to the founding of a game-changing company in the Jeep world, making the only part available for a skid plate and a CJ7.
Pretty much, it's one of the most amazing stories ever told
I mean, it's a meteoric rise.
today. Anyway,
To greatness.
in your
Oh,
This is
there's
right.
some poor kid trying to take notes right now. Like, wait, how did this happen? What do I need? I need to buy a CJ7.
This is right behind Homer's Odyssey as the greatest story ever told.
Somehow work for Napa. After that, I don't know what happened.
Those O'Reilly's work? Can I work there? Or Murray's? Does it have to be Napa?
But I work at the Zone.
wrong wiper blade.
So, did you go to the recent core event or the UP extravaganza that Phil went to?
yes, I made it out alive.
Okay.
Nice.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. We slept in the moonlight, held hands all night
Okay.
for warmth.
Is this
It
the
was-
one with
it was
Ken and
necessary.
us?
I mean, if we wouldn't have. What's that?
Is this the one with Ken or the one up in the Keweenaw you were talking about?
Oh no. Oh, we were talking about. I didn't go to the queue.
Okay,
one
so
on a
you
walk.
went to the one with us. Off-Road Garage Podcast was there. JC Off-Road was there.
Oh, yeah,
Expedition
now I'm very
Vehicles.
confused.
You went to that one,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
What was
That
your?
was the best one.
Yeah.
That's true.
They were both good.
I can't really compare, but I would agree with you. That was pretty rad.
Because I remember you guys had like a nice little hobble built out of leftover tarps and ratchet straps to kind of keep yourself dry.
Yeah.
I initially,
You
when
call
we
it the
pulled up,
Supergirl.
I thought that was just to keep the firewood dry. I was like, oh, okay.
These guys have got to have a rooftop tent.
I was like, oh, they had the
Wait a
same
minute.
idea we initially did.
Did you guys even have a place to sleep when you rolled up?
No.
No, our intention was either in the ZJ or under the Batwing awning of New Holland Off-Road.
Yeah. We had already set a pre-plan up that if it came down to it, we would sleep under the Batwing awning. But we also had rope and tarp, so we wouldn't be far from you. we had a backup plan.
Well, we got along well then. That must be why.
That must be why. 'Cause last year we went up, we brought a tent, like a regular old backpacking tent. Jason and I got in it the first night. He was like, "Bro, this is too small for two grown men." I'm like, "You're gonna be happy when it's cold." And I
It
woke,
was, 'cause Jim was
woke
warm.
up, and Jason was the big spoon all over my backside. I was like, "Bro, can you back up like a little bit?" He's like, "Dude, it's cold. I'm warm. You're warm. Shut up." So
Just go with it.
In my ear, though.
yeah, right. You don't have to moisten my ear. It makes it colder.
Just go with it.
So the next night, he's like, "Bro, I don't feel like digging this tent back into the ground. Let's just sleep in the Jeep." So we crawled in the front seats of the JK and just crawled in our sleep bag and slept in the captain's chairs. Like whatever. It's pretty nice. So this
Do you
year,
say the captain's chairs?
well, I mean, it sounds way cooler than just sitting in my regular chairs, right?
Jeep chairs,
My Jeep seats.
partially
boy.
reclined back because of everything we had in there.
Yeah, wouldn't go back all the way.
I didn't care. It wasn't on the ground.
So this year we kind of took your guys' technique and we're like, we're going to build a homeless camp and see what happens. Like we got tarps and bungee cords.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward. Now if we do this again, we could combine tarps and ropes and make like
For
a
sure. We're going to
mansion.
build a homeless city.
Make it look like Portland. It's like one of the cities in Portland in the woods out there. My apologies, Amber.
Oh, the forestry services
Four
come.
locos littering the floor.
Yes.
The forestry service can come like, I understand these guys with the rooftop tents, but what are you bums doing?
Trying to
We
get
were here first.
trying to get fajitas.
Oh, we'll have to do that. We'll set up an awesome mansion and do like a Cribs episode.
Yeah. Oh man.
Here's our
Oh,
foyer.
I was going to bring like a 20 by 60 tarp that I cover my RV with, but we didn't have enough room in that small box on the back of the truck, so we opted for the smaller tarp with more holes in it.
Yeah. Well, we were going to be able to envelop the whole camp with that other one.
I'm just like Tetrising in my mind that you couldn't fit a 20 by 60 tarp folded up in the back of a Gladiator.
Well, not with all that wood we had to bring
With
to
the
keep
wood.
you warm.
You
Well,
boys
we
did
brought
come
that from
prepared with the
the
wood.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which burns a different color in wherever you're wood from. Not sure what oil refinery you got that wood from, but I've never seen that color of green.
It's a funny story, that color green.
Oh man, Adam? Did that ever come out?
No one knows. Well, they will now. I think it's a required statement now.
I think
we-
we've got a hint. Sean did some Googling.
That's even better. Oh, that somebody had to Google.
Why is my wood burning green?
Yeah.
Oh, well, what did you come up with?
Some sort of like magic dust you sprinkle on it,
Okay.
like some kind of pixie
Oh.
dust,
That wasn't it. And what they're trying to say is, I hope you don't have to take a drug test anytime.
right?
Yeah. Well, you didn't stand closer than 3 feet, right?
No.
Dude, it was 19 degrees. I could justify anything at this point.
Yeah, you should be fine.
We just-
What was that article I read today? Something about MDMA, the doctorate in MDMA, or I don't know. Anyways,
I feel like
fine,
we should,
guys.
we should be in a part of this joke. I don't know anything about doctor and MDMA, but okay.
Oh.
No, I'm just thinking about whatever this magic dust was, and that, a doctorate in magic mushrooms, and it was like Bloomberg Business Week sent out an article, a magazine,
Right.
that the whole front of it looked like the National Enquirer, and it was like, what's hot and what's popping and fucking whatever shit that doesn't matter in my life. But in the bottom corner, it was like, become a doctorate in magic mushrooms. So naturally, I was like, what?
Oh, I've got to
And
read this one,
so-
right?
Yeah. So then I flipped through all the mumbo jumbo, and it was like some psychedelic picture about how some states are encouraging they have schools, college level schooling, in magic mushrooms and the mind expanding capabilities of MDMA.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Like,
I'm
when
glad
you were-
you can get
Oh
you
my
can get
God,
you can get
great.
degrees in that now. Forget underwater basket
know.
weaving. We got a whole new bag of degrees.
But when you were in school, did your counselor tell you, hey, Jason, guess what? There's this new career path you can look into.
Yeah.
Go to college for mushrooms.
Yeah. You look like the kind of guy. Wait, what? I don't understand.
Are you profiling me? Is this
Yeah,
tie-dye
what the
shirt
heck?
with
Right.
that bears on it? What's the deal?
No, my counselor was like, you're enrolled in the auto shop? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's where you belong.
That fits. So while we're talking about epic career choices, how about Epic the adventure you guys do?
That was a good segue.
See that tie-in? It's kind of like I do this. Yeah.
Unscripted, folks. Unscripted.
Yeah. Do you host a podcast?
Once in a while.
Allegedly.
I stayed at Holiday Inn last
Not
night.
Not much of one, really.
It's literally two guys in a garage.
And
What's
two
up?
guys in there. Garage is far away from those two guys.
Right.
Yeah, we have
Uh,
a big adventure.
It is. That's exactly kind of how it got started, wasn't it?
Yep. We're in Phil's garage.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I feel like I had mine and one other person had a Willys, I think, at that time, wasn't it?
Was it Mark?
I don't remember, but either way, it wasn't more than 2 people, and we decided we wanted to drive from Wisconsin to Moab in the old piece of shit Jeeps that barely drove around the block. And we picked, I think it was a year or 2 years. We just said, yep, we're going to do it.
Yeah, was it 2015? 2016. And it was just like, we're doing it. It was whatever the 75th anniversary of Jeep was, which was a freak accident. Like, it wasn't like we were like, whoa. It just happened that the stars aligned.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely didn't plan that out on purpose.
No.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, we decided.
But like many of our things.
Right.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
did. So we, decided, we said we were going to do it. And then, a few other people decided they were idiots also and went and bought Jeeps and, well, old Jeeps. So I guess we should go back. So we made rules. It had to be a flat fender. It had to be original-ish drivetrain, or at least a modification that would have been done in the era of the vehicle.
So if you
basically
did
all
like
these
the Warren Overdrive, you'd be good.
Yeah, yep. It had to be, you couldn't.
It had to be the Saturn.
Oh,
Yeah. You couldn't put in a small block V8 or something like that. It was all
right.
basically period correct.
Okay.
And then we decided, we were going to do paper maps, no phone, just like old school. And I don't remember how many we had the first time. Was it 8? 7?
I think it was, yeah. 4. Yeah. 6, 7, or 8. Man, we suck at telling stories sometimes.
This is like sounds like it sounds like if Forrest Gump got involved in Willie's Jeep. So I just started driving. More people kind of drove with me.
Like, hey, y'all want to come with? Alrighty, here we go.
It was pretty much like that. we left and it was snowing, and like 50. And
Yeah.
none of these. I mean, there was I think one that had a heater. I think half of them didn't have tops. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
And we made.
Mine didn't. Yeah, mine didn't. Mine had a top because it was a truck, but it didn't have windows that rolled up, and the plexiglass was broken immediately. So
we made it about 2 miles, and then we broke down for about an hour.
well, we made it to the gas station, remember, and it was like, yeah, we did it. It was a quarter of a mile from the shop.
All right, guys,
Brutal.
let's load these up on the reliable truck, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Oh, that's another part. So no chase vehicle, it's just us. If you break down, you got to figure it out. And we made it. We didn't make it out of Wisconsin the first day.
We tried though. I mean, we were only 80 miles from the border.
Yeah, and I blew up my motor on day one.
This bodes well for Utah.
It was bad. So we that night stayed in a hotel that was a known drug and hooker hotel.
A stripper was murdered the week before.
Yeah.
How else are you gonna get the money to fix it?
They seen you guys roll into those things. They're like, "Oh, these guys don't got money," and they left you alone.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can pretty much be assured that's exactly what they're thinking.
Yeah. Whatever diseases
So-
those guys have, I don't want it.
The people that were like,
We found the motor.
we did, and it was crazy because like Adam and I and a lot of the guys in the shop too. There were some people that we hadn't really ever we knew, but we didn't really know, and we certainly didn't know in a high stress situation. And oh, where are we staying tonight? Well, here looks good, huh? And then you see some gal all drugged out, hair frazzled, carrying 10-inch pump, like staggering out of the front door. Yeah, like
This is a good
whatever.
time.
We have bigger problems than this.
She was
This
the one.
motor's
She
blown
was
up.
the one who had the motor, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She knew a guy.
Well, we met, I think one of the guys, so the one guy that we met who we're good friends with now, I think he just happened to like pull over on the side of the road.
Yeah.
At
Yep.
and was like, or I don't remember if it was that guy or not. Anyway, somebody just pulled over.
Pat and Will.
You need help?
Yeah.
And he had a shop, and another friend of his had a shop, and we went to their house, and they like fed us and let us use all their tools, and we used the 1-bar Wi-Fi at the crappy hotel and found a motor, and someone drove 2 hours or 3 hours, I don't know, it was a long way.
My dad went over to Stillwater, picked it up,
Yep, and
and then drove it down there.
we got it, swapped it, and filled it up and started it, and it knocked.
Real bad. Real bad.
Left my Jeep under a tarp in this guy's backyard, and I moved all my stuff to another Jeep, and then I ride shotgun
Nice.
for the rest of the trip.
It's a lot less responsibility riding shotgun.
It was really nice.
That's true.
It's not bad.
I mean, aside from like it, the vehicle doesn't have a top, and it's 30 degrees, and it rained, and
And you sat in a lawn chair. Like an old lawn chair.
yeah, metal. It was one of those old metal, your grandma has,
Oh yeah.
spring garden chairs.
Aluminum.
That's the
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was welded to the floor pan.
No pad.
That's awesome.
And wasn't that when and then immediately that morning his synchros went out of his transmission?
Yeah.
So then he was double clutching and that was, yeah.
Just slamming you all into that aluminum body of that lawn chair.
I'll tell you, that first day was like, what on earth were we thinking?
I think it wasn't the second day we did make it to Iowa, I think.
Made it through Iowa. No. The second day,
Early
it was 5 o'clock at night when we finally got it all running and whatever. And it was we need to make tracks so we feel like we're doing something. And I think we went another 30 miles or something.
Yeah.
Just down across the border.
Yeah, I think so. And then we stayed in a really fancy, Holiday Inn Express.
So you guys went from Cracktown to Swanky.
They had hot water.
Yeah, from the 8-Ball Hotel to the.
They had hot water. That was his fancy. What makes it fancy? They have hot water. I love it.
I tell you though, we went that was the start of our first Epic, and then the second Epic in 2018 was from Canada to Mexico with a few extra people, and then we wanted to up the fear factor a little bit, and we all decided also that we would bring our wives on this one.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. You live dangerously, sir.
Well, I mean, we've got some pretty awesome significant others.
But they're not going to be listening to this another day, right? We can tell the true story.
Yeah. We'll hang out by the campfire to eat some tacos and tell stories.
Yeah.
And that was a great trip, and everyone had fun. Got
Yeah. Note to self.
The end.
it. The
Also.
end.
So the whole point of Epic is it all flat fenders now, or have you guys moved it up to 5s? Is it still all flatties?
Trying to
Yeah,
squeeze the
yeah,
5 in.
pretty much. Yeah, we're trying to stick with flat fender.
Okay.
I think he was trying to squeeze my 5 in there.
Yeah, I was trying to make this happen.
I see what you're doing.
We do have we do have an FC
Okay.
on the next one, and a couple wagons and a truck. But yeah, I mean, it'd have to come up for a vote. I
Okay.
don't know. We've turned down some in the past.
Because our flatty is rough.
Well,
Your flower pot out
That
there,
doesn't matter.
oh, that one? Yeah.
there's no floor or body. It's just a grill and a frame.
I basically
Yeah,
found
yeah.
some yard art
That
in the
sounds
woods
good.
and
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I'll drag this home. The wife will
So
appreciate
the
this.
whole point is just old school, cool. you know, are you guys running the non-directional tires still and all that kind of stuff?
I think nobody did that. On the first one, on the first one we didn't. No.
Okay.
Just standard tires.
So
pretty
standard
much.
tires are okay, and you're just trying to make the longest journey possible in the most unequipped vehicle for that journey.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
It
definitely, like,
sounds rad.
the more moss or trees that are growing in it, and like you definitely get like points if you can keep that alive, or if you do have like a little acorn sprout in the back, like you're gonna want to keep that going. You're not gonna want to remove that from the Jeep, and that's like it's the biggest thing is like getting these things. A little bonsai.
Bonsai tree growing.
You want to give these things a new lease on life, and that's what's really cool about like the whole idea of Epic, because anybody can go, grab stuff from the dealership and put the lift, put the tires on it, and that's fun in its own right. But at the same time, like there's an air of adventure to like not knowing, having a very loose plan, and just letting the chips fall where they may, and being okay with it.
Our good friend Dr. Deathwobble, as you know, Ken, made a very profound statement one day that stuck with me as of late. Sometimes you've got to suffer a little bit for a good adventure.
Yeah.
And it sounds
Absolutely.
like that's what Epic is. Like it sounds when you're talking about it to like a normal person, like, yeah, dude, no heat, no air, no windows, no radio, no map, or no GPS. It sounds terrible to like a normie. But then you're like, yeah, but it was the best. It was the best
stuck in the
adventure.
woods 2 weeks ago with us.
Right.
It is also terrible, but also not.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe.
When I got home and I went to work and I was like, yeah, we went camping. They're like, oh, you guys had like a hotel? And like, no, I slept in a pop-up shelter with the wind blowing through it, and it was 20 degrees. You're like, why? I'm like, because it was rad. I mean, it was fun. I met some great dudes, and we had tacos, and we drank bourbon. It was awesome.
Yeah, I got the same thing. Like,
Right.
you went where?
Yeah.
Why? Like, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think Epic sounds like pretty epic. I mean, it sounds like a great idea. What's the next one? You guys did the Continental Divide, and you guys did from Wisconsin to Moab.
Yep.
So, like Florida to Maine?
The Oregon Trail Route.
Oh, nice. Adam has died of dysentery.
Well, yeah.
Already had cholera.
It's a postponed due to dysentery once already, or whatever is going on. So,
Yeah, we should have done it last year, but with the Rona,
Right.
Yeah.
we had to do like just put the brakes to it.
You had to adult.
Yeah.
Adulting
Yeah.
is stupid.
So dumb.
We'll have to take some pictures
won't
of the
do that
CJ5 and submit them for vote.
Right.
What if it doesn't have a windshield? Does that help?
yeah, well, we did,
Yeah,
we pulled ours down a lot. So, I mean, sure.
Well, it doesn't have one at all, and I think there's only like
That's okay.
3 switches. I'm not really sure what it does, but one of them is on.
I'm going to spend all day tomorrow beating up Facebook.
It's definitely worth a preview. Get online, look at our vehicles, and then you'll understand
Okay.
that yours is perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think I got a
Maybe
shot.
it's something like that. Yeah, like
It's vintage.
everybody gets to take one thing that they think is important off of that Jeep, and then they have to do it.
There's not much more to take off. It's stripped out.
Take the
It's
radiator out.
so it's the story I was told by its previous owner is it's like a old school era ice racer. So it's stripped down to the bare bones of engine, drivetrain, and what looks to be an early roll cage kit of some kind for safety. That is it.
Yeah, black pipe.
Yeah, that's black iron pipe for sure.
No, I think it's like bedpost.
Bed frame,
Yeah,
same thing.
it's pre-bent that way. It works out well.
All right, it's got the angles in it already. So I'm gonna be at work tomorrow, all day tomorrow, beating up Facebook looking for a flatty.
Yeah.
That's not
Well,
like 12 grand.
Last year we built one and we raffled it off. We sold T-shirts and tickets and that one was, well, it did drive technically when we got it, but it was horrendous. And we put a floor in it basically, and then rebuilt the engine and trans and axles, and that was it. Like Tom, who had to drive it, like he had to. It kept sucking. We got a gas tank. Well, no, we had a gas tank that was new in a box, new old stock, but there was a mouse that liked it more than.
That's where the box went.
Yeah.
Half the box was missing, and I was like, that's weird, but whatever.
Huh.
Yeah, well, the box was in it with a mouse house. We didn't know that until about day 2. And he was having to blow, we jerry-rigged a T in the gas line so that he could open up a valve and blow into the tube to push the clog back into the tank every time the vehicle would start to die from loss of fuel. So that went on for about 2 days, I think, before
for easy.
before we finally pulled the tank. Yeah.
No, but I think it still did it, didn't it? Still do it even up to the end.
Well, yeah, because we couldn't get all of it. We pulled the tank and fished out 3 softballs. It's wild.
Yeah, so we still left it in there. The T.
Oh yeah, the T is in there.
Yeah.
That's my blowing
After we
tee.
wrapped.
So there's
That's my blow valve.
3 softball-sized hunks of mouse house, plus the mouse that got sucked into the fuel lines.
I'm sure. Yeah.
And you got out what you could and cardboard-soaked gasoline, like napalm, basically. Threw that in the old Speedway garbage can and just put the tank back in and went on about your business.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then a day later, that tank, because it had a mouse house in it from who knows how long, there was also a rust hole that happened. So we had to plug that with a stick.
Oh yeah.
In a gas station parking lot because it was filling the bottom of the Jeep with gas. Because we ran all night inside the Jeep, which also made it like a boat. And instead of holding water, it was just holding fuel. And Tom's a smoker, so we had to fix that problem.
I mean, you had to, or NASA would have.
Sounds like a problem that's going to self-clearance.
No, yeah. We wouldn't have to worry about. Yeah, well, actually, that's kind of ironic that we even joke about it starting on fire.
Oh.
Yeah, right. That's the end of the story.
So, yeah, Wayne Miley, who won the Jeep, was also during the devastating fires last year. He lives where we're ending this year's trip. He lives in the Willamette Valley in Oregon.
Okay.
Well, that valley also had some of those terrible wildfires, and he lost everything, including the Jeep, this year.
That's terrible.
Last year. Yeah, that's a dark spin on things.
Right.
Yeah,
Way to
that's super
take
sad.
that down, guys.
Super
Yeah.
sad.
Green Hornet, it'll live on someday. Maybe he'll save some pieces.
The Green
Right.
Hornet.
The green
That's what it's called, the Green Hornet.
I love it.
It was actually painted on the side of the Jeep when we got it.
I guess I got to look for another 48 Willys.
I'm looking for one. I'm going to name it Jiminy.
Jiminy Christmas.
It's beautiful. It could be red and green.
Yeah.
Oh, red, green. Oh, there's so many.
Green with the red wheels.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, I like it.
Wow.
All right.
So
So,
it sounds like you guys are down to party. You guys like adventure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
we met you guys up in the woods. That was pretty rad. Showing up and seeing 2 Nordic bearded dudes making a fire for us. That was pretty awesome.
I was welcomed.
Was very
Right.
welcomed.
We
What's
do that.
so next year? You're thinking 21 for Epic 3 or 22 for Epic 3?
Oh no.
Well,
20.
yeah, hopefully 21. Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
If we can keep it going. That's the plan anyway.
That's what we got to do.
Yeah.
We got to find an old CJ with a full cab so we can do an episode from the CJ.
Well, here
That'll be
Because
quiet.
it worked out well in your JK.
Yeah.
the best thing is there's plenty of. I mean, there's 3 people right now that only have a frame and a body and nothing else, and they're going. So, I mean, you're not much further behind.
What if we get like
Right.
an M751 radio truck, like an ambulance, and make it like a podcast booth in the back?
We.
Huh?
Oh.
Ooh.
They're like,
I mean,
maybe.
Uh,
Those are pretty old.
The fenders are
pretty cool.
flat.
They're wide. Yeah, you could.
We built one of those.
Did you really?
We built a 53 M37 telephone or V71 telephone utility truck.
Okay.
So that was like the com truck.
Yes. You guys just build like the raddest, weirdest stuff. I love it. I mean, like
Yeah,
you
we
said.
called that one.
Good.
That's because they're cheap.
Right.
Cheap
Oh,
to
I
buy.
know. Well, they're cheap. Really,
yeah.
they're cheap.
It sounds like it's like a lot of like, hey, I found this in the woods. It means a lot to me. Rebuild this.
Yeah, make it rad.
Yeah, you should see our parking lot. Some
I don't
people
know
are
that
like,
I
"Good
want to."
God!" Other people are like, "That's amazing."
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, how do we like, oh, how much for that?
When we were driving,
Right? Yeah.
when we were driving to
not
the UP
the
to
deal.
come to you guys, I can't believe how many times we almost stopped and be like, "What is that? Let's go look behind that barn." Like, no, we're not American pickers. We got to go to this campsite.
We would have understood though.
Yeah.
We would have helped you load it.
As we're dragging this rusted
See?
5 frame with
There's
us, like,
another great idea for the interwebs. We just drive around with a trailer with a winch and just drag rusted crap from behind barns. I know
Jim
Taylor.
and Jason's Jeep Jalopies.
Oh, it's
on
great.
Discovery Plus.
I'll be a sponsor.
Oh, we're on our way to
could be
Max-Bilt to see our good
yeah.
friends. I'm dropping off this Ford GPW I
Yeah.
found.
By the
They'll
way,
buy
by the
anything
way,
you find.
the D channel wants it done in 2 days. You guys got this, right? Okay, cool.
We had to stop and get photos and cheese on the way. Sorry.
Right. Oh. Yeah,
Cool.
bring,
Is
me,
there-
bring me some of that pickled bologna or whatever you guys got over the pasties.
We got all kind of weird stuff that's pickled. We'll pickle anything in Michigan.
Oh,
I'll bring you some pickled lengua from the Spanish market down the road.
Oh. Okay.
So, is there anything you guys want to touch on that you guys are working on, or is everything secret right now? You guys got anything you're going to drop soon that's rad? You guys got anything you want to talk about? I heard about all the CJ stuff, the TJ stuff, the Bronco stuff.
Is this leading questions again? I
That's
feel like it is.
kind of what I do.
Like
You took pictures of them.
I did, but
Why
I
don't you
haven't.
tell everybody?
I haven't released any of them yet because I wasn't sure where you guys were at in your development.
No, I know. I appreciate that.
I know it's like an
So,
NDA.
It'll be
I
done. It's just schooling. A lot of things going on at the shop right now.
cool. I assume that the jerky and cheese you gave me was like an NDA that I signed by eating it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you didn't see that? We wrote on all those cheese curds.
That's why I just ate them and shut my mouth.
The agreement was tattooed into the jerky.
You guys going to try to get to any other events this year other than the one you're planning? If anything actually happens, I guess.
Whatever happens, I guess.
So like
Yeah.
like Jeep
Maybe.
Jamboree, or not Jeep Jamboree, Jeep Moab Easter Jeep Safari, you can try to go to that, or like Jeep to Beach or anything like that, or just whatever pops up close.
We'll look at it. Like our spring is getting loaded up with stuff. I wouldn't mind doing Easter Jeep. We do, we're joking, but talking about a little bit about that product. We've been designing, Adam's been working really hard, mastering SolidWorks, but we've been designing a mid and a full rack height rack system for the back of the Gladiators is going to kind of be the first model, but then also we'd like to be able to make it available for the Toyota lines, the Chevy lines, any basically mid-sized truck. But we've got you'll have to stay tuned. We've got some kind of cool features that are a little bit unique to the market that really kind of touch on usability of for the end user. Like they could kind of make it really customized and fit kind of whatever their style or whatever their needs are as far as overlanding, adventuring, whether it's full on rooftop tent stuff or, hey man, I'm looking for like a weekend warrior kind of setup to help me carry more gear, but not the top. So I'm looking forward to hopefully stopping that soon.
Yeah, the adult Lego aspect you explained to me at the campsite was pretty rad. The fact that I can change it to my needs for the weekend and then change it for my needs back to the workday was pretty cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thought. I mean, and it's just the you can set your width, so it could be, you can get panels to make it a full rack. We've got some panels that make it, like, my favorite so far in the different configurations has been the 3/4 rack, because it still allows you to have some of that room to reach over the back side of the truck and reach in from the sides and not be blocked by paneling and whatnot. Otherwise it gets a little cumbersome. But like, that's what works for me. That might not be what somebody else wants or needs.
Right.
No,
And so
versatility's
you
nice,
kind of
though.
get adjusted.
Yeah, the versatility was huge, and like the availability of pieces, parts to make it mine,
Yeah.
versus just clicking on the catalog and ordering the part.
Yeah. Or going back and forth between different products. I'm like, I like this, but I like that on that. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we like
Yeah.
to make it really difficult on our end.
I was just going to say that same thing. These long wait times.
Right.
There's many pieces involved with the one thing, really. So
But hopefully, when it comes out,
that's
it's innovative enough
really
to sweep the market. I mean, honestly, there's some innovation there that's pretty killer.
Well, I appreciate that, and that's the hope, and that's why we're putting the extra time into, like, Adam especially, but like the conversations definitely are like, all right, so if we do this, what does it mean for every other piece or component of this? Like, can it be used in a different configuration or a different, some other use, or can we make this that, so that it's not some $10,000 rack system that's never going to go anywhere because it's just not cost effective to make. How can we protect that, but also, like you say, make it innovative and unique? So there's a lot to think about, but I guess that's what we signed up for.
From
Right.
some of the stuff we saw, I mean, I was pretty happy with the direction. I mean, at least I know it wasn't done when we saw it, but it's really looking good.
Well, good. I'm glad we have your approval.
I mean, I'm not a multi-million-dollar buyer,
I mean,
but I think
you
it looks
can
rad.
etched, like, endorsed by Off-Road Garage Podcast on there if you want.
I might sell half of one.
No, I'm just going to bill him for the first one.
But
Yeah.
helps, yeah.
Sounds like he really wants it.
Actually, it'll work. It'll go great at my TJ.
Off-Road Garage Podcast
Yeah,
edition.
sure.
Limited edition.
It's all fun and games.
I'll
Like,
write that out with a Sharpie.
it's all fun and
So
games.
once
So I
we-
steal the wife's Colorado and drive to Wisconsin for the weekend.
once we laser cut your name in it, I mean, you have to buy it.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
It's a good plan. You ordered it, right?
You said to
See
do
where you're
it.
going with that, Adam. You guys have
Oh.
a Gladiator? No.
No. No. What else can this fit on?
Just put it on
Yeah,
a,
sure. You bet.
just put it on a trailer. Like,
Broncos, Blazers.
You name it, it fits. Oh, all right, gentlemen. Well, we're coming up on that magic hour. So, is there
All
anything else you want to put out there real quick before we wrap this up?
No, I
Yeah,
just
we're-
can't wait for the next one where you have us back.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
Forward
have
up
you back
there.
for sure. More stories, and it's gonna be awesome. Where can we find you
That's
at?
all dependent on ratings.
how do people
Right.
find you?
Nielsen.
Oh, yeah. Well, Max-Bilt.com, and that's MAXBILT.com.
And
We
it's on
stopped it wrong.
the grams, and it's on Facebook the same way, right?
All them things.
All them socials.
Yeah,
All
we
them
got that
things.
social on lock, dog.
You guys got a TikTok so I can watch you dance or anything?
Oh, yeah. Yep, we got a TikTok. We worked that two-step
Cool.
pretty good.
Oh,
I can't
Good
wait to
one
see
to
it.
stay tuned to.
oh my
I
god!
mean, in a couple of weeks,
I'm
there's
gonna
going to be a
wrap.
good
We're
one.
gonna wrap this up real quick. before
I
we
look
go
forward to
down the
that.
rails.
If
All right,
you
guys.
tell us that we have to stop,
Thanks so much for your time, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, guys.
bye.
Jason's playing the music over him.